everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Desync. Not So Secret Saturday. When we last left off, we were doing things in the melted building. And knowing what we had to do next, I had some time, so I did a nice harvest of all of our little leafy greens all over the place. But the main thing that I did, and you can kind of see it, made most of the rail line here. Now, I stopped because I wasn't quite entirely sure how to connect this place. So it just kind of stops about here. However, this does give us an opportunity. Now, this just happened to line up as a complete straight shot with the with the station. And we kind of just butt up against this hill in itself. So, I had a thought. We can build the station up here, but we can kind of get creative. Because we do need to get up here. The ultimate goal is we have to drag our ass up here. However, since we're doing a melted building theme, we can kind of lean into that. So we can kind of we're obviously going to build the upstairs station, but underneath we can kind of create the station itself being on top of something else. And I think we should do that. Now I am going to have to level this with the rest of this place. Hindsight is 2020. I should not have filled my inventory with stone. I need to fill this place in with dirt. 2020's hindsight here. I just need to get a chest. Then we can go pick up all the dirt that's back at the building. But we can continue with that sort of melted theme that's kind of going on over here. Like, yeah, not all of this is melted. But the opportunity is here to get creative with the builds. I'm not going to install new psycho things for the builds, but I will create new builds with it in mind. Like this church, yeah, I suppose, but this thing was really just kind of built literally at the cusp. There's kind of nothing to interpret. Like literally you got like 4 blocks here, 1 block, and then for most half of this, and then a long line, so nothing good there to operate from. So really the only options we have for it, from doing any more melted stuff, is to actually plan it out ourselves ahead of time. No big deal. No big deal. So the question is, what would be under this rail station? That is a question that will need to be answered. Because because while that was kind of a complete accident, and we will have to fill that something in with some stuff, or we can pretend that everything inside has melted away and just been set on fire. I don't know. If I can't think of anything, that's what's going to end up happening. But here, this is a subway. It's already inherently under the ground. However, because we're on this actually massive kind of hilltop, this is really just are the roofs of buildings. So we could put like a secret library underneath it or something. Or maybe a really waterlogged track system. Where's the dirt? Did I use it all? Oh, this is all the dirt. That's all left. Give me that. So that is what we're gonna have to consider. And I also have to make it, I don't need to make it too big, but to keep with the theme of this having, I will probably have to make it a little bigger to keep with the theme that this town is a little small for half of its builds. Like, this is a very tiny town, and then you got this mega church for like 20 guys. So one of those you need to consider. And I am going to fill this in properly. Because really, I am not entirely sure how this is going to work. But I do want to make sure everything is in the foggy dew. And I just need to at least bring it up. Everything at least one layer anyway for half of this. It just needs to be at one of the two fog layers we've selected. Like a lot of this over here is kind of fine. So yeah, that's kind of the idea I'm going with. The problem we'll kind of run into is how to get this up here. Because this actually is a big gap to try and clear. So, but whichever way we have to do it, it has to be done at once. We can't just let it go. This thing has to be cleared in one go. Because otherwise it's going to get a little difficult. So, and to save on build materials, we're going to try and just stick on this little small clump. If we need to get taller, then we will. But I'm not going to inherently try and widen this hill. Because we already did that with that one. So I don't want to have to widen a second hill, because that seems repetitive. Alright, so where? So this needs to become up one more, bare minimum. Now let's pull this in one just to kind of give some natural layout feels. I want the flat surface to work on before I actually start trying to build a building. I guess that helps kind of corner that a little better. I guess. Not entirely sure how to make that work better, but it is what it's going to be. Okay, so now I've got this all up here. This side needs to be pulled down. But I think we can hold off on that for now. So, next is where's the station? Because if I were to build the station, what do we have over here? Technically, we have a lot of stuff over here that we could build in theory. And we would just have to really flatten this out. But we could actually, because the foggy part of the town is kind of up here. We could kind of try and ignore that once we kind of get up to here if we really want to expand this way. So I think we're just going to flatten this back end then to just kind of keep it all going. I need wood. And there's a nice tree right here, and I don't want to walk. Congratulations, you are being sacrificed to my laziness. You are a lot closer. But I will replant you if you give me a sapling in a respectable amount of time. Thank you. That way I can actually stow this dirt. And beautiful. Alright, we can just dump you all in here now. We could use wool for this too. The upper structure doesn't have to follow the Meltology framework because it is supposed to be the surviving top of the structure. I also could go get some gunpowder and blast this to pieces. Actually, I'm going to go do that. That'll be a lot faster. So, let's do that instead. Gunpowder's over there, sand's over here. So, we're going to go grab the sand first. And actually, we could make a bridge. I'm not sure how to make a curved slope bridge. But I'd like to give it a shot here. To really help connect these two sections at some point. So we'll probably do that after we figure out where the hell the subway is going to go. Just get a 4 stacks of sand. Give me these. We'll add it to the flower patch. Wait, is there any gunpowder in here? Did I bring some? Nope, it's all sand. Oh, oops, all sand. See, we can kind of get an arc bridge. But the other problem with that... Or... I just had a thought. We could do Roman aqueduct style. So we have like a big arch and then smaller arches and smaller arches, but how do we incorporate Meltology into it? That is a hard question to answer. I'm going to take you guys with me, too, since we're not working over here anymore. This is the old sword. We are going to leave half these... We're not going to pick these chests up. I'm not ready to deal with them yet. There's a lot of rocks that I don't want to deal with right now. So that is also a possible option to kind of help distinguish the new from the old infrastructure. Kinda. The key is kinda. Or if we do it right, and it would be very difficult to do, maybe. Or at least to get it to look right. So, as you know, bricks get tumors. But if you also remember the one thing about this melting stuff is that these were buildings. If we try and take that to this logical end. So these were buildings. If we put like a custom arch and a custom arch to kind of represent two different older buildings per se, then logically speaking, you can use those organic quote unquote arches, try and push something. Problem with that thought is you would need to make multiples. So I couldn't just make one on each side. I'd have to make one here and here and maybe over there. And somehow incorporate these pillars to the story. So I want to avoid that right now. We just need to focus on the subway. We can worry about connecting the other side of this place later. We really only need this dirt knocked away. This makes my life a little easy. I only have to fill in back up to where the cloud is, so helps me out tremendously. See how that does. Crossbar. Kind of worked the way I wanted. Kinda. I haven't got the dirt down. I got the stone down pat because I know the stone pattern, and it doesn't. The stone pattern comes out even. This, plus given the grass and dirt's nature, makes it really difficult to plan anything. I'm gonna take this coal because coal is useful. That's 5 free fucking coal right there. Oh, this is more coal. Scrumptious. This will replace the torches that I'm just now blowing to pieces. It's beautiful, really. Okay, this side is now done, kinda. Well, that didn't work out the way I hoped, but oh well. Wind does it. Okay, this is a cloud layer anyway, so this can stay as is. We will replace all this stone with dirt eventually. On the soon trademark timeline. Isn't that like the best business thing? Soon trademark. relight this up before it gets dark. Do not want to deal with that. Okay, round 42. Actually, you know what? I'm being lazy. Boop, 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 boop. I'm being lazy. I'm gonna let gravity do it for me. And fuck this tree in particular. That was much faster. Wouldn't you guys agree? Sure, I didn't get as many build materials out of it. But you know what? You can't deny the job is now basically done. It's now just patch job. Just gotta be a bit careful with it. Too much in the patch job. Like over here kinda went a little overkill because it dropped. But you know, overall, 10 out of 10. Well, let's get filling. So this is the layer we want. Boop. Yes, yes, I hear you. I hear you, I hear you, I don't care about you. Now, another thought. So if we put the station back here, this does give us a lot of space to kind of maybe do something special with the rail cart, but ultimately it does have to pop up somewhere up here. So maybe what I'll do is I'll build the station first, and then based on its design, I will then dig down where I want the track to be. And then just kind of try my best to connect it to where it can go. Does that sound kind of fair? Kind of gives some kind of allows for any fatal flaws to just kind of not appear. Kind of like the kind of awkward situation I ran into with the original rail station down that way, where I didn't really leave a good way to enter this damn station. I only thought about the exits, which kind of led to that slightly strange overhang. But it's all good. Ultimately, it worked out. I'm still happy with the station. Probably one of the more creative builds we got here. Don't get me wrong. Hotel Atlantis is pretty solid. But it has a different aspect to it. It's not the rustic industrial. And this might require bricks. I have yet to decide, but I want to make it out of stone first, if I can. Maybe I should lay out a dirt scaffolding of this thing before I actually start trying to place the more expensive blocks in my list. Like, yeah, sure, I got bricks, plenty of them. But is that really what you want to dig? Or do you want to go with something you have a lot more on hand and all the materials, and all you have to do is cook it? Kind of the same concept, really. It just really depends on, do I want to go traveling for more sponges, more bricks, and more chainmail pants that I know what to do with? That is the ultimate question for the brick versus stone. Ultimately, when I go hunting for that stuff, I'm going to get more of the stuff than I need. Uh-oh. Can't tell if that was better or not. It was, and then it wasn't over on this side. Probably. I wonder if I could clickbait these titles. I know probably what would work for some Minecraft titles if I really wanted to try and do some clickbaity stuff. But I don't want to sink that low. But it would probably help me long term. Consider what all this is really just long play. Is it not? You get home from a long day at work. You boot up Minecraft for a companion. What if I treat this like a Lofi? Lofi just kind of ASMR-esque chat. Kind of works. I mean, who doesn't want to listen to the deranged ramblings of a madman? I'm adorable. Who doesn't want to listen to me? Okay. Can't use TNT anymore because this is only one layer and this will blast two. I'll be doing more work. Just trying to keep the whole damn thing together. Well, this is the last bit of this and it'll be fine, right? Right. Right? I hope so. Was an investment, essentially. I want to get that torch before I couldn't tell where the darkness is. There was a zombie over here, but he vanished. Ominous cave. You know, there's technically a nice view over here. Oh, hey, there's the dungeon. Part of me says... I'll have to give that some thought. Could make a coliseum down there using the mob vessel. But that would be annoying to clear out. Because I wouldn't want to risk the spawner. And considering the only viable method that I will be using ever to clear out large spaces is an ungodly amount of stone pickaxes or TNT. And right now, I have the resources for a ton of TNT. But, in any case, I hope you all enjoyed watching, and we will see you all in the next episode of Minecraft Desync. Not So Secret Saturday Edition. Bye-bye!